There's times when I harvest my cucumbers and they're nice and full and they're uniformly shaped. And then there's times when they have odd shapes, like one end may be full and the other end may be small. And I found out that that's due to insufficient watering. Cucumbers need consistent moisture to develop properly, and if they don't receive enough water, they may become misshapen.
All right, you guys. Probably a better position too, so you can see me. Good morning, everybody. Hi, I'm over here. Look, let's see what we can do with this one. There's so much going on. Ooh. Uh, well, let's go ahead and harvest first, and then I'll start like doing a little pruning here and there. This one right here looks a little swollen to me. See how this one shapes kind of funny? Let's see. Another one over here, and it's miniature. Now I know this plant can produce nice cucumbers because I just harvested some real nice ones off here. So when they shape weird like that, I'm like, I wonder what's going on. Does it have something to do with watering? Uh, let's see. Yeah, it's a tangled mess in here, so it really needs to be staked properly. Not staked, but yeah, staked. And the cut off some lower leaves. Uh, let's see. I'm trying to be gentle with it. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, some of this stuff can come off the bottom here. Yeah, let me just needs to come off. Woo. Let's see. What are you doing way over here? Yeah, you need to be over here on this side. They're just going wherever they want to go. I want you to go up. So that's it. That's why it's a tangled mess. There we go. You need to go up this way, my dear. La, la, la. This can go. You can go. This leaf can go. And you can go. All right. And train it to go upward like that. Perfect. Ah. You see those little tendrils? They help the plant like climb. So they're literally climbing onto each other. It's a tangled mess. Now this is going to be much better. I can see everything now. And what's growing where and all that good stuff. Yeah, if you don't get a handle on it, oh, they'll go wild. They will go wild. So, see in here, I'm seeing some powdery mildew, you guys. I'm gonna get my spray and I'm gonna let's cut off the diseased leaves. This is powdery mildew. How do you know? Look at the back of the leaf. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm gonna bring one over so you can see. Okay? You see that on the back of the leaf? That's powdery mildew. You may see it better on this one, but I'm gonna remove any of the diseased leaves. Okay? And then I'm gonna get my spray and spray the others. So remove the bad ones. I wish I had on gloves now. Remove some of these bad leaves. And then spray, because you don't want it to spread. These scissors are gonna have to be sterilized. I'm gonna do that anyway afterwards. Okay. See, that's why it's important, you guys, to come out and inspect. Because ooh, look at this one, it's really bad. If I had not come out here to look, this would have just spread throughout the entire plant and it would have been a mess. I'm getting a lot of notifications. Isn't something how you don't hear from anybody until you get out in the garden and you're busy. And the next thing you know, notification after notification. So I got to see what's going on with that, just in case it's an emergency. But if it was an emergency, they'd call, huh? Instead of just send notifications, text messages or whatever. Let's see, this one needs to go. Yes. So looks like I caught it in time and it's going to be under control, which is great. Okay, I gotta go check that. Hold on. Okay, you guys, I'm back. It wasn't an emergency. It was my husband telling me he ordered breakfast for me. That's nice. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to doing what I was doing with this plant. And also I went and got my copper fungicide. So I'm gonna spray this on the leaves. Basically it's for powdery mildew, downy mildew, black spot, early blight. So I'm gonna spray some of this on the leaves. Let's push it back so you can see. What I've been doing is just going through all of them and checking everything. I'm trying to get rid of the affected leaves, and then I'm going to treat the others. Okay, let's see what we got here. This is actually two vines right here. So what are we going to do now? First of all, I'm training this one to go up like this. And there's two. Let's see what I'm going to do. I think I can get rid of this one. I'll get rid of this. I don't want too much going on. Looks like, oh my God, I'm going to lose so many people. But, okay. But I say one healthy vine compared to having a whole bunch just all over the place. You want airflow. You want to have it controlled. I'm not speaking like I'm some sort of expert, but I'm just common sense. You want airflow. You want. Where's my little scissors? I lost them just that quick. Scissors stuff here. And the little tendrils are like holding on to one another. Like, get out of here. You're not even supposed to be over here, baby. Come from over here. You're not supposed to be. Go to the other side. Go to your side. Go home. These little tendrils grab onto the plant. Okay, so yeah, you're supposed to be going this way. Like that. Stay from over here. It's not your side. Stay on your side. And this one, let's see. I'm gonna keep you. All right. Now I'm checking. These leaves look good. They look healthy. Okay, you guys. I think so. What I did, just to show you what I did, or let you know what I did, I went through the plant, made sure I tried to do like a single vine from the bottom, from the soil up, single vine on the 4 posts. Okay, I tried to cut off all these bottom leaves, and then I also cut off or pruned off those damaged leaves, or those leaves that are affected by the powdery mildew. Okay, and if you're uncertain, that's what I was told to do. Look under the bottom. I'll show you again. Give you a close-up look. That's powdery mildew. You see that? That's why it's important. Try not to wet the leaves when you're watering. You can't help if the leaves get wet. If it's raining, that's different. But when you're watering, try to water at the base. That's what I try to do. And Also, to those birds, they're all over the place. Yeah, yeah. Trying to cut off anything that looks bad. There you go. Airflow. Get rid of those unwanted leaves. We're growing cucumbers. You do need some leaves. You need leaves for coverage. So you don't want sunburn, or what they call it. I think it's sun scorch. I may be saying it wrong, but but this is my thoughts. You want the leaves because the plant needs to soak in the energy through the leaves to grow, to continue to grow, and then you want some coverage so it won't the you won't the fruits won't get burned. But but these lower leaves, especially if it's touching the soil and all of that, you need to get rid of that because you want the airflow. Airflow. Okay. So everywhere I see that powdery mildew, I am cutting those leaves completely off. You can go. See, this one was getting out of control. That's why sometimes you got to take the time. If you want to save your plants, save your garden from just being overtaken by something like powdery mildew or insect infestation. I want to rub my face so bad, but I can't. Okay, you have to take the time to go through and just look at everything, you guys. Okay, this one needs to go. I'm not going to try to spray you. Okay, that's powdery mildew there. Yeah, it's on the back of all of them. Okay, but I can't cut too many leaves off, so I'm going to start spraying now. Okay. And hopefully it'll stop it from spreading anymore. Okay. It's my copper fungicide. I need to give me another bottle. I don't know where I got this from. Let's see. I hope this works. Okay. I know it's not always possible for you to come out and babysit your garden, but at least if you can, come out and do a quick little morning inspection. You may not be able to get to, if you see something, you may not, say you're on your way out to work or whatever, and you come out here, you do your inspection, and you see something, make a note of it, and be sure to come back and take care of it later. You don't want it to get out of control, because this could take out my whole plant. It will overtake this entire plant. Okay? And also, this is the perfect time of day to do it because it's overcast. It's early in the morning, so it's a good time to work because it's not too hot. And also, when you spray something like this, you don't want to do it like in full sun, the bright sun. You do not. Okay. So this is so late in the day when the sun's going down, and also early morning hours. This is the time to spray some type of insecticide or fungicide or whatever. Okay. I think I got them. Hey, if it doesn't work, at least I tried, huh, you guys? All right. So that's that. I'm gonna move over back to the. This is the straight eight, and I did harvest some cucumbers off there. They're a little oddly shaped, but if you look at other videos, you'll see where I harvested some real nice ones off here. So this plant is growing well, but sometimes you have an issue here or there, and that's why you have to come out here and maintain. Maintenance, maintenance, maintenance. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go over back to the dasher 2 and really inspect those leaves. Okay. So okay here. Let's see. I don't see anything on these leaves, but I may give them a little spritz anyway. I don't have to do as much as I did on the other plant because it was really that powdery. But once you, upon inspecting everything, you could really see that that powdery mildew was really running rampant. It really was. So I had to put a stop to that. Okay, there we go. All right. These don't look bad at all. And look how nice and green the leaves are too. That means it's getting lots of nitrogen. Pretty green leaves here, but hey, I don't want just pretty green leaves. I want cucumbers. Try not to touch my face. Okay. And they're strong. The stems are so strong. As I'm trying to bend them, they're so thick and strong. Okay, I want to remove this clip. Okay, this is what I was using before. Until I learned, it's best to use that stretchy vinyl tape to, there's bigger ones. So on the other side, I'm using bigger ones, bigger clips like that. And it's giving the room to the stem. I'll show you. I'll just show you this. Well, should I? Yeah. Well, I'll move you in close so you can see. On some of them, some of the vines, I am using the thicker clip, the larger clip, like this. So the stem actually has room, but with this little tiny one, obviously I put this on when the plant was really, really young. Okay, but it's time out for this. We need something else that's, as you can see, the stem is thicker now. So that's not gonna work on this. I either need to use that vinyl tape. Clip this off. I need to use that vinyl tape or a larger clip in order to stake this up. So I need to go get that. So I have to sign off once again. I'm sorry, you guys. I wasn't expecting to see this. I expected just to walk through real quick, and this happens. You get out here and you move this. You get out here and you find all kinds of stuff going on. Okay, so it's like I didn't have all my stuff with me. I had to stop and go get my fungicide, all that stuff. Had to stop and answer my husband's multiple texts about breakfast. I'm laughing, but that is really nice. That's really nice, though. Okay. You got breakfast coming. Thank you. I'm trying to save my cucumbers. Thank you. I'll eat Peter. Trying to save the cucumbers. Okay. Okay. All right. So, doing a little pruning, and then I will go and get the take you off there, and go get the little thing to clip it to the cage. All right. It's easy to have lots of airflow too, right? And it's kind of tangled up over there. See, with these cute, that's why you try to do this soon as possible so you won't be dealing with a whole mess like this. You know, catch it before it gets too bushy and out of control. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Let's see. Okay, yeah, you need to go up. Okay, let me go get my clips. Or my, not really the clips. I'll bring both. I'll bring the clips and I'll use, then also the tape, and I'll use which one I see fit. Okay? Okay, you guys. So I went and got my clips. These are the larger clips that I was talking about. They're much larger than these little tiny ones. Get them from the dollar store, okay? And it comes in a pack with the large ones and the small ones together. I couldn't find my tape, the tape that I use on the tomatoes. It's a vinyl tape that's really stretchy. So as the stem grows, it'll stretch. So I just use these until I can locate my, or might not do anything, might just leave them the way they are because I don't think that stem is going to get any larger than this. But basically, I tried to get rid of all those leaves. I didn't see any powdery mildew or even downy mildew on this plant. I didn't see any. So, but I sprayed it with the copper fungicide, okay? Because the copper fungicide controls early blight, black spot, powdery mildew, downy mildew, and a whole list of other diseases. So I just sprayed them, okay? I want to do it now while it's still overcast and it's still cool, it's not too hot. By that time, it would dry up. I didn't want to spray too much, kind of just spritzed the back of these as preventive, measures, okay? I'd already harvested the cucumbers off of this one. So basically I tried to, as you can see down here, one main vine all the way up on, there's 3 plants in here. And then I just tied them to the little, staked them, or not staked them, tied them to the stakes. It's basically a tomato cage. It's a tomato cage, and I'm using just 3 posts because there's 3 plants, and I have a plant planted by each of the posts so it can go up that post. Okay? And it was getting out of control. There was more than one vine. So I got rid of it and got it down to one single vine and tried to get rid of the bottom leaves. So just kind of clean things up a little bit. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this now. I'm happy with the other one over there. It's maintenance day. And then later, I'm going to fertilize the plant with that yeast fertilizer. Okay? Matter of fact, I should go ahead and mix the yeast fertilizer now so it can sit. It's better if you do it overnight, but also it's good if you just let it sit for out a couple hours, at least 2 for sure. But I'm going to do the yeast fertilizer, and I'm going to fertilize everything with that, feed everything with the yeast fertilizer. It's basically a mixture of yeast, just like the same yeast you use when you're baking bread, and you add sugar to activate it, and you're going to let that sit. And then after that, you're going to, the exact measurements, I'll show you the recipe that I found that I use. I'll post it. But you don't use it full strength like that, of course not. You're going to dilute it with water when you're ready to use it. And then you pour it at the base of each plant. So I'll do that. But first I'm going to clean up everything. And I might go ahead and clear out some of these bits if I have the time. I'm going to clear out those plants that may not be able to do it today. But I'm going to clear out the plants that I want to get out of the raised bed, like right behind you. Right over here to the side of me is those collards that I want to get rid of. These 2 Brussels sprout plants over here, I'm going to get rid of these. No, it's actually 3, but I can use that space for some more sugar snap peas. I prefer that because these are not performing as well as I think they should. And I'm going to plant something else there. The other Brussels sprout plants, I'm going to give them a little more time and see what we get from them. Other than that, look, there's one other thing that I'm going to show you. I'm not going to show you, I can't show you the maintenance on everything that I'm going to do because it's too much going on. But I will show you my corn and how I hand pollinate. So I see the tassels are ready over here on this corn. So let's go over there and I'll show you how I hand pollinate my sweet corn. Okay, let me back up a little bit and let you see. Now, this is my sweet corn over here. Those are the tassels at the top. So these varieties, that's silver and gold and peaches and cream. Okay, these are the tassels, and that's pollen. Okay, down here are the silks. I've actually hand pollinated these already, but I'm going to do it again because you want to make sure that they're fully pollinated. Now, it's done naturally in nature. When you have a whole field of corn, the wind blows the corn, knocks the tassels around, the pollen falls down on the silks. But just to assure that they're being pollinated fully, I will hand pollinate by taking one of those tassels and shaking the pollen onto the silks. You want the pollen to fall on each of the individual silks as best as you possibly can because the silks, each one of those silks is a kernel of corn on the cob. And you'll know when it's not fully pollinated because you'll see little missing spots. When you harvest the corn and you look at the cob, you'll see little missing kernels on the cob because it wasn't fully pollinated. So, like I said, this is something that happens naturally in nature when the wind blows, when birds knock into it, because, the birds are plentiful. They've been having a field day out here. but but I'm going to help it along by actually hand pollinating. So I'm going to go ahead and set the camera down and put it in a position where you can see me. Now, you've seen me do this before, but for maybe new viewers or new subscribers, and thank you to my new subscribers. I'm glad you joined me on this journey. I'm going to show you how I hand pollinate my sweet corn. Okay, I hope it's close enough. So basically, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to take one of these tassels. All right? And then I'm going to just go and shake it, just like that, on the silks. It's as simple as that, you guys. There's more up there, so I'm going to get another one. Let's see. And also, I'm just going to look, and you can do this as soon as you see the silks growing. See, there's some more silks over here. Okay? So, let's get another one. And I'm going to go over here to this side where I see, let me put these down for a second. Silks right here. You can see where I've done these before because you can see the silks are turning brown. Over here, with this plant, this is my oldest grow bag of corn. This is the early golden bantam, and I have been pollinating these, and you can see where the silks are turning brown. When they completely turn brown and the little cob seems really full, then it's time to harvest. Okay? And this is the oldest one. That's the oldest corn plant. Okay? And I'm just making sure I'm trying to touch every little little silk with the tassel. I'm just kind of shaking it around a bit. Ooh, you see the pollen? I don't know if you can see it. You see that the pollen flowing off of it? I don't want to waste it. But I just wanted you to see it. With that one, that's a real good one. And the pollen just came falling off as I picked it up. Let me make sure I get every area where I see silk. Okay, you see, it's just very simple. nothing too complicated. I've seen people do. Whoa. Now, see, there's one thing I was worried about. I see pollen falling from this one. These are two different varieties of corn. I don't want to cross pollinate, so I actually wish I could have spaced them a little bit further. Even though peaches and cream and silver and gold are so similar, it's bicolored. You see like yellow kernels of corn and then a light creamy white color on so they're similar, but you don't want to cross pollinate, right? Okay, I'm gonna go around to the other side so you can see that. I'm just checking. See, this was being pollinated. As I'm knocking into it, I'm watching the pollen fall off those tassels. And it's falling onto the silks. But I'm going to give it nature a little helping hand. Okay? But what I was saying is I actually seen someone take a piece of paper and shake the pollen onto the paper. And then they folded the paper and they blew the pollen. Like, I'm not going to do all that. But they were just trying to make certain that it's being pollinated. I get it. I get it. Now look, also another thing is that each stalk is probably going to produce maybe 2 ears of corn, at the most 4. That's what I've experienced. So it's like this one stalk, 2 ears of corn. That one stalk may have 3 on it. It depends. Okay? You just, you never know. But that's the experience I had. Okay, I'm gonna go to the other one. All right, you guys. That's it for today as far as what I'm going to record. There may be a few other things that I may do out there in the garden, but I've shared a lot with you guys, and I thank you for tuning in. Got a chance to see me do some pollinating, some hand pollinating, a little pruning and maintenance of the cucumbers. So, look, I am not the best at this, but I'm enjoying learning how to maintain this garden, my joy garden. And I'm doing pretty good. My plants are growing well and it's producing, and that's all I can ask for. Okay, see my Renee shirt? My middle name is Renee. First name Natalie, middle name is Renee. And my mother gave me the male spelling of it. This is the male spelling of Renee. Most females spell their name with 2 E's at the end, but I'm not going to change it on my birth certificate, so Renee it is with 2 E's. All right, you guys. So I'm going to sign off for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour and enjoyed watching me maintain the Joy Garden. And I hope you tune in later to see what's going on. I'm going to go ahead. My husband ordered breakfast for me, so I'm going to go ahead and enjoy breakfast with my husband. Okay? It's been a full morning. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day and happy Friday. Bye, y'all.